So today we're going to be looking at order flow in terms of framing low risk setup, using order flow to anticipate the next move based on where the market is and where the market will most likely to go. So if you look at here, you can see that we have these previous lows being indicated, and we have these previous highs that are being indicated. And I get to see something so interesting taking place. As price was moving up, okay, it keeps on taking out previous highs, and the previous lows stayed intact, okay. But the moment we get to starting from here, we see price push up, comes back, and now it takes out all these previous lows here, which is an indication that the market is most likely to change its direction. So we are anticipating for a bearish order flow at this level here, okay. So if you shift to a smaller time frame to make things clear, because you start from a bigger time frame so that things become more clear, and then you shift to smaller time frame. So if you look at the smaller time frame, these are daily. So these what we have, these what we get to see here. Our price form this high, push up, push a little bit, and it gets to collect all these sell side liquidity that is resting here. So what we are anticipating for, since we get to see that price has been now, it's now taking previous lows, and we are anticipating for price to go down. So what we're going to be anticipating for, we're going to be anticipating for liquidity voids. We're going to be looking for liquidity voids and aiming at those liquidity voids to be closed. And what price will use as a reference point, it's going to be order blocks, it's going to be your fair value gap, it's going to be your breakers, it's going to be your mitigation. All those things price can use as a reference point, okay. So what we are anticipating here at this move, if you look at this move going down here, which is the move that started to break all these previous lows, collecting all this sell side liquidity here, which then confirms to us that price is most likely to go down. So what we're going to be anticipating for, as you see price going up, what we are anticipating for, it's price to close in this liquidity void. So we are actually anticipating for a retracement. Why are we anticipating for a retracement? Because price has already confirmed to us here that the order flow for this now has changed. It's now going up. We are in a bearish order flow, okay. So price push back, and it gets to this level here. If you look at this level here, we have something like this, and we have something like this, and we have something like this, and we have something like this. So if you look at this structure here, you can see that we have a mitigation block. So price get to this level of your mitigation block, and if you look at here, we have a mitigation block, and we also have a fair value gap. Let me try to make this straight. Also have a fair value gap here. So this is the mitigation block here, and we also have a fair value gap here. So in this way now, you're gonna be looking for price to get to this level here. This is not just looking at a fair value gap or looking at an order block or whatsoever that you are looking at. You are not just looking at a fair value gap, but now you have the idea of where price is going, which then comes in to reduce your risk in that trade, okay. Because this trade, it's high probability based on the idea of order flow, because order flow, it's the one that confirms to us where price is going, or where price is most likely to go. So we get to see price get to this level here, and it pushed down a little bit, it pushed up a little bit, because it didn't close completely this fair value gap that we have here. So it gets to this level here, and after getting to this level, it gets to push down. Simple as that. So let's take you take a trade here, and price push down here I don't know how many pips is this. Let me calculate the pips. It's probably, I think it's because just divide by 100. I think it's 800 pips. I'm not sure. I think it's 800 pips. You just need to divide this by 100. The 86,000. So it can be 860 pips, something like that. So you get to see that you have closed in those 860 pips. Actually, it's 900 pips. You close in that 900 pips, and then price push up a little bit. So already when price drop down here, you might be having your SL at profit, and you might actually scale your trade and take something, reach your target for the day and scale something, and you put it maybe somewhere here, and then price comes back and it takes you out. And when price takes you out, you get to see price closing this fair value gap. It's either you make your entry here, it's either you're gonna make your entry here, or if you don't make your entry at this level here, what you can be anticipating for, it's this level here. This is the level that you're gonna be looking at. Okay, so let me just zoom a little bit. So if you look at here, you can see that we have a breaker structure. This is a breaker structure that we look at here, but remember, we don't trade breakers with nothing. So we need to have something that we can trade the breaker with, as I've said before. So you can see that we have a fair value gap here that needs to be closed. Okay, so price gets to this level, close that fair value gap, and then it continues to go down. So also here you can have your trade here at this level here when price close the fair value gap here. So price push down and it gets to this level here. It collects all the sell side liquidity that is resting here, which is still a confirmation that our order flow is still going down. So when you see price push up, pull back, push up, and then it gets to this level, what we are anticipating for, it's price to get to this level of our order block here, because if you look at here, the level of our breaker is already being used. So we are anticipating for price to get to this level of our order block here. We have an order block at this level here. We have an order block, we have a fair value gap here. This is the order block, and if you look at this and this, it's a fair value gap. Okay, so now we get to, I was waiting for price to get to this level here. I released some analysis, I think last week on Instagram. So I was actually anticipating for price to get to this level here, collect this buy side liquidity that is resting on this high here, and get to this level here. And when price get to this level here, I was anticipating for this as our first take profit. Okay, so these was our first take profit. But what I normally do is to look at something here. If you get to look at here, we get to see that we have this candle here, which looks like which is an order block. Okay, but based on order flow, I know that our price is most likely to come and collect this sell side liquidity that is resting here. But when I enter here, before price get to this level here, because the market sometimes can get to this level and continue to go up. So let's just be realistic. When price get to this level here, I already set my TP to have my target. I've set my TP here to have my target here. And then when price get to this level here, I'll partially close and wait for price to get to this level here, and then protect everything. So if price push back, it just takes me out. It's fine. It takes my SL at profit. So this is something that you need to play around, in as much as you are expecting based on order flow for price to get to this level here. But scale your trades, 10 pips, 20 pips, 30 pips, 40 pips, I mean. Keep on partially closing. Don't just say I'm waiting for price to get to this level. Learn to pay yourself. Pay yourself first. That's what is important. So we get to see that price didn't really get to this level here. And when price didn't really get to this level here, I was anticipating for price to push down a little bit, as this is something that price usually does. I believe if you look at the analysis on CAD JPY, yeah, I think I did some analysis on CAD JPY. We had something like this, and price did something like this, and then it gets to go down. So whenever I get to have something like this, price failing to get to this level of our order block and our fair value gap, I am anticipating to see something like this. Okay, so people, they're gonna say this is a stop run. So this is how stop runs actually happen in the market. It's because you have something that price failed to collect, and then it pushed down a little bit, it tricks some people, and then it comes and collects it, and then it massively drops, just like you see here. Okay, price pushed down a little bit and then push back, and then it massively drop, because here we have a what? We have a fair value gap, and we also have a mitigation block, and it filled that mitigation block, but it didn't fill that fair value gap 100%. So it comes back to it, take out those who entered here, and then it pushed down. Although if you look at this move, this is a huge move. If price come back, I believe it's gonna take your SL in profit. It's not gonna take your SL here. So you're not gonna be in a negative, you're gonna be in a positive. So this is what we are looking at. Being realistic about what you are doing. Don't enter here and say I'm targeting price to get to this level here, and then you leave it all the way down. No, make sure that you partially close, you protect your trade. So this is what I was anticipating for price to get to this level here, and then gets to do something like this. But you can see price didn't do as I was anticipating. But still at this level here, we might see price getting to this level here. This level here, it still can be used. Price can still use this level here. Okay, so let me just remove this so that everything becomes clear. So you can see that price did something like that, and it push up, get to this level here. So we miss this entry here, but if you look at this level here, you can see that we have a fair value gap here, and we have an order block here. So this can be a re-entry here, this can be a re-entry here at this level here. What are we expecting? We are expecting price to collect this sell side liquidity that is resting here. So we get to see price get to this level here, push up a little bit, and we are anticipating price to continue go down. So this is actually how you get to look at order flow, and you get to now look at what you can use as a point of reference. So I believe this video has helped you so much. Shalom.